VBN, The Rich Video Blog Network, home to weekly NFL predictions, great personality profiles, professional wrestling video blogs, sports video blogs, NBA video blogs, entertainment video blogs, top 10 list of everything and anything blogs, plus tons more. Collection of my work going back to 2014 in June is on Facebook, YouTube, and other social media websites. Check out the archive collection. There's a lot of great stuff on there. RVBN, Billerica, Massachusetts. Time now is 3:04 in the afternoon. On January 10, 2017. Pump it up, pump it up, pump it up, pump it up. Good afternoon, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Google+. This is Rich again, back for your second video blog of the day. It's cloudy out right now, about 35 degrees. Could be a brief snow flurry, but now then rain showers, and it's going to warm up overnight, going to be in the 40s, and heavy-duty thunder showers, so a lot of snow be melting, and when it clears, it's going to get warm. Could be 50 tomorrow and 56 on Thursday before, boom, the bottom drops out once again. Chance of snow Saturday night. They say the storm's going to be too far out to sea to hit us, but it's 5 days away, and you know that's going to change. Some news to report on the RVBN Newswire. The Boston Bruins have 2 All-Stars going to the All-Star game in Los Angeles in 2 weeks. Brad Marchand, forward, and Tuukka Rask, goaltender. Great choices, in my humble opinion. And sad news to report in the world of professional wrestling. Rex Kane, a former tag team wrestler who was well known as Timothy Well, as part of the Jobber tag team Well Done in the WWE circa 1993-1994, passed away at the age of 55. So prayers to his family in this time of need. That's about it on the news from the RVBN Newswire. Be back in a flash. Coming soon to these personality profiles will be Pat Riggin, Eddie Johnson, Tiny Thompson, Reggie Lemlin, Wen Claire, Skandor Akbar, and many, many others. Personality profiles only on RVBN. I'm back. My second video blog subject of the day is about why I still read the newspaper. Newspapers over the past several years have been declining circulation because of people get their news on the internet or on television. At one time, there were so many newspapers in circulation. And back in the 50s and 60s, some cities had as much as 4 or 5 daily news publications. Sometimes they would even publish a nighttime newspaper. But when TV news was happening more and more often in the 70s and 80s, newspapers circulation went on a decline. And when the technology age, the internet happened, more and more newspapers decided to stop circulating, or some have folded altogether. I remember one time the price of a newspaper was 25 cents. Then it went up to 35 cents. Then in the late 1990s it was 50 cents. But when the technology really took over in the late 2000s, they upped the average price of the newspaper to 75 cents. And now $1 is kind of the cheapest newspaper around. Usually the newspapers are $1.50 to $2 depending what city you're in. But that's still a great deal if you want to, instead of buying a cup of coffee, with a large cup of coffee, average price $2.25, so it's cheaper to buy the newspaper and then drink a cup of coffee. I like reading the newspaper. I usually get the Boston Globe, the Boston Herald, the Lowell Sun, and weekly newspaper, Billerica Minuteman. I read it 7 days a week. I don't care about the prices because I love enjoying reading the newspaper. I read the daily news, local news, also check out the opinion section, and especially the sports section. And they have some great stories, especially in the Lowell Sun, about local sports. Usually the sports section of Lowell Sun is with like national stuff. It's done by national writers from the AP. The Boston Globe and the Boston Herald have great sports sections, and most of the stuff is written by their staff writers. Also, sometimes I check the obituaries in the Lowell Sun as well, which every time they have an obituary, they show a picture of the person who passed away, but it's a younger picture of them. I don't know why they put a younger picture of them. Maybe just to loved ones could remember them for who they are, the defining image of them. Also, some newspapers have supplemental stuff, like information about health, or a preview of a sporting event, or movies. I remember one time, the Boston Globe on Thursdays had the calendar, which was events that were happening in the calendar week. And also on Fridays they had Sports Plus and a big art section. And the Boston Herald had a cutout called The Cutting Edge, which was pretty cool. And I always get the Sunday newspapers because of the funnies. I loved reading the comic section a lot. Also, gigantic sports section and business section and Metro and Globe North on Sundays. And also, the Sunday papers has all the ads. And at one time when I went into Boston, I used to got the weekly papers, like the Boston Phoenix and the Weekly Dig. They still published a Weekly Dig, but with smaller pages, and the Sunday papers are smaller than they used to be because everything's taken over. But I also get the weekly ads, which are pretty good. Also, like reading the Globe magazine, there's a lot of great stories there, which is normally the Boston Globe does not really cover. Also, when I'm finished reading the newspaper, I recycle it. I don't throw it away. I recycle it. And newspapers, even though they're in decline, they're still good reading material, in my humble opinion. You learn a lot of stuff by reading the newspapers. I'm going to continue to buy newspapers until they go out of business, which could be, unfortunately, a few years away because it's expensive now to print up stuff. And people just do it like, go paperless, which is okay by me. I eventually will have to go paperless with the newspaper if they stop publishing it. And that's about it on that. I'll be back with the third and final video blog of the night, which will be about Madison Square Garden house show card results from June 16th, 1984 from MSG WWE. Keep calm, everybody. I'm a Julie Biden guy. Molly was part of WCCO Rocks and Nice Legs. Elizabeth Hatch, so stunning. She's the best. Amy Sweezy's awesome Amy. Linda Church of WPIX Channel 11 New York. Such a rocking cougars. Got best legs New York City. Bonham. Bobby Gibbs of ABC 11 has a sweet southern accent. And Ren Clare of WHEH Channel 7 in Boston has best legs in Boston. Bonham. And in the words of the Whammy on Press Your Luck, I cannot tell a lie. You lose. Bye.